Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to BFNations. So, today's match we'll be seeing a PC side North American Division 1 match. This will be between E5 and the Stormtiger team. And both of these teams are sitting in the third and fourth spot, so technically the match here tonight will be over for the position to reach the top 3 or the third spot of the business. So beating Omniscient and the Zero Days eSports is definitely out of reach for both of the teams, but reaching the third spot is something that these two teams here have decided to be fighting. And the case is that E5 is in the lead with 2 points. So, in other words, Stormtiger team needs to be getting a win in order to secure the third spot. And E5, on the other hand, they could be settling in a draw. Although you have to remember that Automatic Mustangs is also playing against Omniscient tomorrow. So that will be definitely an interesting match for the Omniscient. But at the same time, if Automatic Mustang manages to get the win out of that match, then they are looking to be reaching the third spot. Can't hear me, really? Are you absolutely sure? Because I think that the audio is going in. Audio is a bit low. Do some testing myself then. Hold down if the music will be loud now. So, might want to change your volumes if this music will be going loud now. So, no, well, at least here it all sounds to be pretty much on the same level with the music and stuff like that, so I don't know if you're able to turn up your volume on your end. It definitely seems to be going alright here. Anyway, at the moment we are in the lobby with most of the Stormtiger team's players in the lobby, and we are waiting for E5 to show up. I don't know where they are. We were serving earlier that they are available, and now we don't see any. But how did any of you hear the difference between my microphone and the music? Do you think still my microphone is low? Better now, eh? I wonder if OBS was having some weird issues or something. It is possible, it definitely has some kind of bugs on it every now and then, so. I think we got our first member of the E5 tonight. So, yeah, it seems like they're joining in finally, so we are going to get this match started in a few minutes or so. And of course, I need to remind you that you can be betting your battle coins on the team that you think is going to be here tonight. The command for that one is again !bet, the clan tag of your team, and the amount of battle coins you'll be betting. Or the other way how you can do it is to, if you think it's going to be a draw, then you can be betting on a draw by actually typing the draw instead of the clan tag. And the clan tags of tonight's teams, for Stormtiger it's SDT, and for E5 it's TBD. And it seemed like this match was supposed to be played a bit later than it actually will be, so that's why we have quite a lot of timer left on the betting, so you most likely have the chance to bet all the way through. But at the moment it's standing at 44 minutes, but if it seems like a lot of people will be betting on after the first map, then I might be actually closing it. Closing it between the maps. Well, while we're still waiting for the match to start, we can actually take a look. The rest of the divisions have been gone. So, North American PS4, PlayStation 4, we have the Illusions taken the win already. And the second place, I think it's For the King, yes, and Warpigs as third. So congratulations to Illusions for taking the win. And then on North American Xbox One, we still have one match to be played to say who the winner might be. And that match that we're still waiting for to happen is Apex Predators going against Team Revenant. And at the moment it seems like point cap is in the lead. And if Apex Predators doesn't manage to get a win out of their upcoming match, then point cap will be the winner of Xbox One North American region. But if on the other hand Apex Predators manages to beat the Revenant, then the situation's all the way around. And Apex Predators is looking like the winner of the division. Then European Xbox One, we also have the winner already clear, and they are Astronauts eSports. I think the second place is taken by Girl Club Soldiers, if I'm not completely mistaken here. And the third spot I think currently is taken by Muerta Gure, but they have the chance to reach the second spot, but they do not have the chance to reach the first spot, so winner is clear, but the second and third is still unclear how they will place. Then we have the European PC side. Of course, it doesn't want to show the scoreboard straight away, but then we have the ReFA that already won the division. And European PS4, we have Apex Esports and Team Existence are the teams that are fighting in a drawbreak situation for the win. But let's just get on to the match since we have started. Again, I personally won't be hearing the gameplay audio at all, so please tell me if the gameplay audio is too high or too low. And at the start of it, it seems like we might not be using too much the first person here tonight, since it seems to be lagging a bit, like it tends to do it every now and then. This, of course, good to note that the spectator mode is actually running only on 10 Hz, as the players themselves actually are running in the 60 Hz servers, but the spectator mode doesn't actually support it all the way there, so it can sometimes be a bit of a drag to watch first-person view. But, let's take a look at the kits. So both of the teams went with Raid Leader. Yes. Battle Mechanic. Both of the teams Shaka Sheld. Both. And Mortar Support also. So identical selection of kits for both of the teams, and nothing too surprising there. There we go. E5 taking the first possession of the flag, and now looking into the situation that are starting to do a bit of a spawn trap. Wait a little higher with audio. Could you specify with a little higher with what audio? Nice triple there at least. Nice quad by Wood. Would rather BF5. That's an interesting name. I don't know what we should be calling him here tonight. I assume that he is actually Chrispy, the leader of the team himself. I think we should be calling him Chrispy. Stormtiger teams is definitely at the trouble. They are using the smoke to get in, but not really able to get to... Well, they managed to get Chrispy out of the game, so they are getting some heavy fire from two different directions, so it seems like they won't be able to get back to the game on this specific sector at least. And another squad wipe. And the first fight has been completed, and E5 manages to take it with the clear set, so to say. Stormtiger team was really the team first to reach the point here, but they have been pushed away from it, and E5 definitely manages to keep all the Stormtiger teams, especially Sab, out of the Overwatch position there, then since every time he basically peeked out, he was getting some suppressor towards him, so they... Well played by E5, managing to keep enemy off the flag even though they technically weren't on the flag themselves. They are with the possession of the flag now and gaining tickets. There's been a situation to get a bit of a kills for himself, but didn't manage to actually finish anyone off. Manages to hit at least 3 of the enemies. Well, there's the first kill out of this play. Almost gets the second. Sab just... Oh, actually does. Finally managed to finish Sab through a window with the crossbow launcher. He managed to first lower him his health with the bar and almost gets the kill with it, but really nice shooting with the crossbow launcher.
We have taken objective butter.
So again, we haven't really seen Stormtiger team managing to get really anywhere far away from their spawn. So E5 definitely is doing a good job in pushing keeping the bait. Not really giving any breathing room for Stormtigers. Carter is the only one at the moment pushing into the flag from a bit of a flank, but E5 definitely knows where he is since he just took down Shira. He is being hunted by Gum. The other player, Shira, wants to get the revenge. Although the sector has been finished and Shira needs to be waiting a bit longer for him to try to get his revenge on Arda. See a really strong push for the flag itself by Stormtigers, but at the same time we see Shira taking some really far shots with his bar towards the approaching Stormtigers, but all of them manages to get to the flag and they have the maturity on it, so they only need to just stay on it or manages to clear it, and he will be looking into capturing it. At least for now they have not managed to do it. Carter and Chris having a fight. Chris wins? No, Carter wins it and have Gum taking out Sab. Zumba alone on the flag. He is being accompanied by Gum, who manages to get the squad spawn in, and Zumba has been taken out. Then we have again Stormtiger wide out of the flag, and they need to start base. So this might be ending a bit too soon, so to say. Angel here first pushing into the flag, getting the squad spawns in. It's taken out. Stormtigers definitely managed to get the flag, and now it's up for them to get some reinforcements or managing to clear the flag. But it seems like Carter decides to play that they are waiting for reinforcements to arrive, but at the same time, he seems to be in trouble. It's 2v1 and he loses that fight. Tiago with the double kill, and the flag area is only one player alive. This Gumpto and gets this squads again to spawn on him, so. lot of smoke used by Stormtigers, and they are pushing in. Oh, I wonder if we saw the smoke to be in the actual same place as eSports ready. Chris just did, because he was, at least from our point of view, he was just shooting straight through the smoke. The smoke in this game is client side and not server side, so the smoke is technically able to be different locations for every player and spectator. So I just wonder if he saw the smoke in a different place than we did, and that's why he shot through it. Or seemingly shot through it. The third point taken by E5, and first half has been played. Another single tickle taken by Stormtiger, so definitely looking strong for E5. So Cherokee didn't get taken out with his tank during the first half. On the other side, we see Tiago dying 5 times, so I wonder. Weeko actually was destroyed only, yeah, actually all 5 times, so. Cherokee, on the other hand, well, actually, I'm not too sure if those. Yeah. I personally did not spot the situation where Cherokee's tank was destroyed, but the stats said that it was destroyed twice, so. I guess we have to go with the stats. There we go, second half starting up. This time we have Stormtiger starting left and E5 from the right. Nice kill by Gump from the distance on Angel. It's taken out though, but Angel was the first person for Stormtiger team to push into the flaggage server. He was killed, but interestingly, E5 did not manage to capitalize on that situation. They just, well, they have Chris and Cherokee up for watch, so I personally would have wanted to see more people on the actual flag for themselves in that situation, but since they had the advantage, but they did not choose to do that, and now we have the Stormtiger team getting the flag itself. And they have just gained their first tickets. How far are they shooting? Yeah, there we go. Tiago shooting quite far into Cherokee, but misses most of the shots. And the flag area has been wiped, and Sap has been taken out too, so now it's E5's time to go get the flag, and now it's time for Stormtiger team to show again if they are able to get from the spawn trap situation. Definitely not good for them to have Cherokee front of the flag, getting ready to get some kills on the enemies.
We are losing objective apples.
We have the mortar support here pushing Cherokee out, so that allows Tiago to push in a bit further. He does not spot Shira though. Could have tried to take him out and try to make it easier for his team to push in, but he decides to push in after Cherokee. Gets the kill, but loses his tag at the same time. But we have Stormtigers here taking out Shira, and with the smoke they are getting the flag, and see if they're able to get some possession into it. Not if it has anything to... if Chris has anything to say about it, he gets a nice double at this bar. They have been wiped again. We still have Sap here behind enemy lines. Decides to give away his possession, gets Gump out. And duels with Cherokee, gets the kill again. Shira flanks him a bit and gets him out of the game, and there we go. Stormtiger is again on their spawn, and they are out of time to get the flag, and the first map has been played. 4-0 for E5. Okay, I just closed the betting, so seemed like there wasn't really too many people attending to it, and from this point on, it's not really any point to continue. Yes, really strong performance by E5 on the first map. Stay Night Desert usually have been the map where we see most even situation between the teams, but so at least based on that information we might be seeing a even more domination on Giant Shadow, but we'll see how it plays out. So yeah, I'll be having a few minute music break here, so before we start the next map, so catch you in a few minutes. Enjoy the tunes. second half, or the second map, first half of that map has started. Strong riverside push by E5. Yeah. Chris going for the kills, managed to get... Is it Zumba? Yeah, Zumba's out. Gets card out too. So they're not really going for the flag, but they are going for the squad wipe at the start, it seems like. And Shira is going after the tank, and it's looking bad. He gets the kill. Tiago wasn't really aware at all that Shira was right behind him. Tiago hiding in the smoke without his tank. Only one on the flag. Wants to get Cherokee up. We have Stormtiger only 2 tickets away from getting the win. Oh, well, at the same time, E5 only 1 ticket away, so... yes, oh, Stormtiger. That was close, but Stormtiger gets the first point out of that match. Oh, I think Angel got the kill with the last bullet of his clip, but just barely. So after the first set, it was really tight and Stormtiger team managed to get the point out of it. The second set was really clear for E5, so definitely pretty much the whole set for Stormtiger team to regroup, and doesn't still see too well to be established. I mean, they are together, but let's see if they'll be pushing the flag. An interesting fight being carved and eSports ready. Carda gets the kill though. Seems like both the guys were going after the melee kill, but I don't know. This is again looking bad for Tiago though. We have Shira here behind him and he has not been spotted. It seems like another goodbye for the tank. Yes, Tiago is out again by Shira. He keeps going, second kill. Now gets taken up by Angel, but definitely a good by Shira. Zumba trying to hide in a bush, didn't work out. And Angel has been taken out, so it seems like Stormtiger team is again their spawn. Cherokee pushing quite far in. He's going to get Sab out through the smoke. eSports ready gets Carter. So yes, this definitely seems to be a spawn trap happening here. They are getting them, wiping Stormtiger out left and right. Well, now Zumba gets a bit of a payback, but there we go. We have Chris and Gump pushing into the A flag, capturing it. So Stormtiger managed to get rid of those two players in order to progress back to B flag, but it's looking bad. They have managed to get almost all of the team into the flag and they are capturing it, so this is definitely looking bad. And we have Zumba and Zap doing a bit of a flank, it seems. A flag has been captured. 4th point. E5. Only Cherokee on this point though. It seems like he has went into a bit of a situation where he just wants to harass on the actual flag. As long as he can, he is being chased by the whole team. Seems like finally might see Cherokee to be out of the match, or now dead with his tank. And there we go, he's being taken. Actually, I think that's the second time he's been taken. At least the second time we've seen it. Yes, Stormtiger team now with the possession of A flag, and it's now time for them to get back to the B flag, capture zone, try to gain it. Seems like Tiago did not spot eSports ready, and he's following. He's not shooting though, he's just waiting. Now he gets Zumba out. He's damaging the tank at least. With the crossbow launcher, you're not really able to do too much damage against the tank. 80 mines definitely are a thing to avoid, but it's also really one of the hardest catches to get the tank destroyed. Seemed like the distraction made by eSports really definitely worked for E5. They get one kill and manages to distract Tiago enough that managed to regroup with the team and get back to it. Stormtiger team did not really manage to get that push to be effective. There we go. First half has been done. Points were 6-1. So, well, statistically, Stormtiger team has performed a bit, well, the same way the Giant Shadow as in the Sinai Desert did it. So, in Sinai Desert, they only managed to get 3 tickets out of 4 sectors. So, that was definitely not a lot. And here we see them. Well, of course, you get tickets in this game by kills, but it was only 36 tickets compared to. Well, I totally forgot how many tickets It was for E5 64, I think. So yeah, it's definitely looking quite clear at this point which team here is the stronger team. Now it's time for Stormtiger team to make the magic happen. They still have some to show. Angel didn't see Gump, and Shira flanking his right side and gets taken out straight away. He's not able to get those squad spawn locations next to the flag, so definitely the worst guy for Stormtiger team to die straight away. And here again we have Shira behind Tiago, ready. And again it seems like Tiago has been taken out at the very start of the set, so definitely something that Stormtiger team needs to take more into account, that there will always be the flanking shock assault. The 80 assault trying to go for the kill, and I think we just saw this in the spectator mode that kill by eSports already a bit weirdly, but he was aiming way above his target, but I think that was just the how we saw it through spectator mode, not how he actually shot his bullets. Yes, Stormtiger team E5 only 1 point away from winning the map, and they are in the lead with 2 tickets. Tiago, the only one close to the flag, and well, technically he could push into it, but at the same time couldn't really survive too long. But we'll see, he is in the burn, but he has been spotted by Cherokee, so he is in trouble. Definitely would need his team to be supporting there with him in order to gain the flag possession. Zap gets kill on Gump, so that is definitely good in the sense that E5 is also now out of the spawn placements, but Tiago alone won't be able to gain the flag for themselves, and E5 gets the final tickets from kills and the flag capture, and the points have been settled. First map, Sinai Desert, ended 0-4. 4 points gaining 5, and second map 1-8 for 5 again, so 2 points for E5 and GG's for the teams. So, what does this mean then? Well, at least for now, E5 will be taking the third spot, or will actually stay in the third spot in divisions, and actually they will be staying on it no matter what. So E5 has secured the third spot in divisions, and yes, that is the situation. Stormtiger team then will be finishing, well, that's a question. If Automatic Mustangs, when they are going against the Omniscient tomorrow, then they have still a possibility to gain more points there, but at the same time Omniscient is greedy for those points, since they definitely need those points that they can get from Automatic Mustangs, and if they'll get those points, then they'll be facing off in a draw break match against WRLD eSports. But that is definitely a situation that we'll see how it's solving tomorrow. yes, congratulations for E5 for gaining the win here tonight and securing the third place spot in divisions. And I'll be playing some music for you guys while I'll be figuring out if we'll be getting people into a post-game interview and stuff like that. So yes, catch on to the tunes and we'll be back in a few minutes or so. And we are back. And to the post-game interview, I have the pleasure of the attendant by Chrispy from the E5. So welcome to the interview.
Hello. Thank you for having me again.
GG's for the match. So first off,
Yes.
what are your thoughts about the whole match for tonight? How did it go?
I think it was quite one-sided, but honestly, like, I want to speak on their behalf and say it's not their fault. I think I don't know if the viewers know this, but the other team is from South America. A lot of Brazilians there.
Yes.
Right. And unfortunately, DICE has not included servers for the South Americans, which means they are kind of forced to play on a 120 hertz server located in a very different continent. And we could tell today, like, they weren't able to frag quite as well as at least I personally know some of them can. Like, some of them were from very prominent teams in the Battlefield 4's like 10 scene, and it was unfortunate to see, but I think they played the best they could, and like the moment we let up, I felt like they were like threatening to take the match back. So we had to stay focused despite the great disadvantage that the other team was playing against. Like, one more shout out is, like, I want to give them kudos for sticking it through the BFNations season, despite the great uphill they've always had to face. So a credit to Stormtigers.
Yes, definitely. It seems like what we have similar situation, at least on the European side. We have had, well, not on this division season, but on the previous divisions. On the front lines we had on European side, we had some African teams joining in, and they are pretty much in the same situation compared to European teams as Stormtiger team here tonight, for example. So they are definitely a strong team, but the overall difference with the net code and the advantage you can get from there is definitely playing a role in the overall outcome every now and then. So would be interesting to see these two teams playing in a even play crowd and see how it would be playing out. But that's not really something we can be doing here tonight, at least.
Yeah, it's too bad, but what can we do?
Indeed. So first of all, I would like to point out some of the things that you did consistently out of all the maps and sectors we have. Now I forgot the name. Your 80 Assault player, Shira, was his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
So he was consistently doing the flanks early on and managing to get Thiago out of the game really fast on the start of each half. So that definitely seems to be something that you are coordinated to do, so that you just have him to do the flank and give everyone else to the flag. So,
I mean, because Stormtigers have the fragging disadvantage, we decided to be less than kind about it, I guess, and just played very aggressively. And for the kind of aggression we're putting on the team, it made more sense to go with AT, and then he could just constantly play off of us or just go for his flanks, and then I think it seemed to work okay on Giants.
Indeed, so it seemed like Thiago wasn't really at all there ready for those flanks happening so early, so those were definitely a disadvantage for Stormtiger straight away when they lost their tank consistently at the start of each half. So
well, I mean, to their credit though, they killed Cherokee pretty early, at least in the first half. When we got their tank, it was like 5 seconds later they got Cherokee as well. And that kind of evened the playing field. But then AT just kept jumping on him. It's kind of not really the meta to have a AT playing on that particular map, I think, these days. So I think it did catch Thiago by surprise consistently.
Indeed. So about the meta, it's at least for my personal view, it seems like I personally would see that the Sinai Desert, the meta would be using the control leader instead of the raid leader, but both of the teams definitely disagreed with it. With my statement, both of the teams went with the raid leader with the Sinai Desert. So do you have any thoughts about that?
Yeah, I know. Like, I think even European teams have reverted back to using raid leader, because I think control leader, because it's a sniper, it's gotta kind of sit back a little bit. And even a little bit of suppression means nobody can spawn on him. And also, like when somebody spawns on him, they're trying to get across the map to get to whatever flag point. So it hasn't been that good. On top of that, I think with NA, there's bigger ping variances usually. So sniping isn't always the most ideal thing to do anyway. But one of our players, Scrub Lord Gump, or I think Tilt Lord Gump it is these days, does always want to go control leader.
All right.
But we tell him no. And then he cries, yeah.
All right, yeah, so there is some strict rules behind the kit selection in your team, at least.
No, we just like telling Gump no, honestly.
All right, it's a personal thing then, all right?
Yes, we love him in a weird way.
Indeed. So, yeah, this match pretty much, I think it got your team into 15 points, I think is the correct thing to say, if I'm not completely incorrect here, but at least you have secured the 3rd place in divisions, and that is unfortunately the furthest you can go. Definitely at the same time, not a bad situation to end up at.
No, it isn't. I mean, we do wish there was a playoff because we do feel like we can take Omni and ZD and at least a bit of a more even fight, I think, because we've kind of learned to play, but you know, it is how it is, and you guys didn't quite have the time, I think, to squeeze everything in. So, I mean, if this is as far as it gets, yeah, we're satisfied with the 3rd place that we secured.
Indeed. So, we are still seeing the Automatic Mustangs going against the Omniscient tomorrow. That's definitely a really important match for Omniscient, since they do need the 3 points from it. So, do you have any predictions how that match tomorrow will be ending up and going?
I'm praying that at least 3 of Omni's players will not show up because they're too busy playing Battlefield 5, and then hopefully we can get a win for the Mustangs. I mean, with all the credit to the Mustangs team, they're a good bunch of guys, but I do think Omni will most likely beat them because Omni is number 1, and Mustang is not quite there. So I don't know how things will shake down, but probably Omni will win, provided their players show up and they don't get disqualified. But I got my fingers crossed. I'll take a 2nd place. But yeah, no, I think Omni will probably win, yeah.
Possible. We'll still need to see tomorrow how it ends up. So, yeah, you tonight played with the tag of would rather be a fee. So, have you actually had the time to test it out yourself?
Battlefield 5. Battlefield 5.
Yes, indeed. That definitely is the
yes.
name of the word, so to say.
Yeah, no, it's been fun. Actually, I don't know if you guys had any part in it, but everybody that was participating in the league, like every single person that seemed to be on the rosters, seemed to have gotten access to Battlefield 5. So all of us have been quite busy just playing Battlefield 5. It's great. I really like it. I think the tanks and the planes need a little bit of work because I feel like I'm running up against like Incursions tanks in Battlefield 5 Conquest mode, which is not quite balanced, especially given like half the team is running around as Assault because it's got that ridiculous STG gun. So everybody's just shooting Panzerfaust at the tank and it goes down in like 5 hits, which is sad to see, and they move so slow. But I don't care because I play infantry. But for the game, yeah, probably they need to tweak that stuff a little bit.
Yeah, at least on the closed alpha that I have been playing it, I definitely see that the meta definitely at the moment is on the STG-44, and that seems to be the gun that I die most to in that specific closed alpha, and that's definitely something that the balance between different type of weapons is something that needs to be taking a more look into when we actually get the final game, but of course there is only a few weapons available for each of the class on the
right. And I think usually it's
cannot really say about the overall balance yet, but at least the closed alpha itself, it's quite unbalanced, at least based on what weapons are available.
Mm-hmm. I think they just need to, like, a lot of people are asking for STG to be nerfed ruthlessly, but given the TTK, considering the TTK of other things, I hope DICE doesn't like do a knee-jerk reaction and like over nerf the STG, because honestly, I think the TTK is just a little bit faster than it should be, but I think it's fine enough as it is. I think it rewards. I mean, the little recoil control there is needed and spread management. So I think I don't know. Like, I hope they don't nerf it too much, but they do need to nerf it. I think just a little bit, so it's brought more in line. But as you said, yeah, it's hard to say right now, with only like 1 or 2 guns available for every class. That's for sure.
Indeed, yeah. So I personally definitely see that I see how people might be complaining about the STG, but at the same time,
I do too.
It's really too early to say that they should be nerfing it yet. True. So
yeah,
you should be waiting until the full game is out and see if it really needs the nerf. But yeah, it's definitely waiting out to get to the open beta whenever that might be out. But still, we have, I don't know if we actually have a actual ending date for the closed alpha yet, so we still have some time to play it.
Yeah, they're very coy about not sharing that. Like, I think no one seems to know, except I guess the devs. I think because of the trailer was so like poorly received, unfortunately, like, you know, people don't like Bionic Woman. I do. I'm gonna be as bionic as I can be. Yeah, I think DICE is trying to kind of milk this closed alpha, which has been, you know, pretty well received, I feel like, at least. But then again, I think the vehicle players are already starting to get pretty loud about how crappy they are, so we'll see. I think it'd be nice to see them do at least a couple more phases. I don't know how much time there is, but at least another phase of the closed alpha, or maybe the beta earlier. We'll have to see.
Dude, so...
But the signs are good. Yeah.
Yeah, the trailer definitely wasn't with the same level of enthusiasm, or received with the same level of enthusiasm as with Battlefield 1 it was. But yeah, the rest of the trailers and the gameplay itself definitely have shown that Battlefield 5 should be taken seriously, and this definitely, for most of the players, this might be the best Battlefield out ever, but for some, this might be just a good direction for Battlefield to go to, but not the best yet. So
yeah,
there would definitely be a lot of people saying this Battlefield will be should be taken seriously indeed.
Well, I think the way the infantry mechanics are, I think they will be taken seriously. I think the tanks, still definitely need a lot of work, though. If they do incursions again, I'd be happy to see it, provided like the vehicles get a little bit of tweaks, I think. But then again, we don't even know what classes there would be in incursions, I guess. So it's hard to say, but at least the infantry mechanics, I think, definitely warrant a little bit more respect than BF1 ever commanded.
Yeah, so in the closed alpha, the core gameplay, the conquest and the operations kind of that we have there, they have implemented this same kind of idea as the kits from Incursions. So what's the name? Archetypes, something like that.
Yeah,
the name of it. So it seems to be that we are getting a similar thing in the core gameplay. So do you think that is the correct way to do it for the...
I'm not a big fan. I think a lot of people will have objections if they carry that incursion style class over. Honestly, I don't care as long as I get to have 5 bionic arms. But and I get to play with the guns I like. But yes, I think it would be a big issue, probably, if the I think a lot of people would raise issue. Like, I honestly haven't thought too much about it. I just play incursions the way it was and try to learn it as soon as possible. Never really had much time to dwell if it was a good idea or a bad idea for the Battlefield series to go. And it's hard to say, but I do think a lot of people will hate it if it's too restrictive, like Incursions classes were. So I think we'd still have to see, but yeah.
Yeah, I think the first point...
It's hard to say now.
Yeah, hard to say at this point, but I think the first point that they really shouldn't be doing is to restrict any specific weapons under specific archetype. So as long as you can choose the weapons completely freely, I mean the primary and secondary weapon, then as long as you can choose those freely, then I personally wouldn't mind if the gadgets and the possible specializations and stuff like that would be in a specific kit, and you can only choose one kit and go with that. But
I mean,
as long as you can choose the weapons then how you want it, so yeah, then I can see how it could work.
I mean, it's always been to an extent, right? I mean, support could only use LMGs, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, if it's, I guess, at least as like that, I'm sure it'll be okay. But once again, like, we have no idea, because in terms of customization, it is incredibly restrictive. I mean, imagine if the SDGs had that red dot sight that the other gun had. Oof.
Yeah, well, we might be actually seeing it in the actual game, but hard to say.
Yeah. And Battlefield 5.
Last point about the BF5, we actually haven't heard really any official news about it at all, but Incursions at Battlefield 5, do you think it's good to go as it is, or do you think it needs to be having a lot of changes for it to be relative in the next title?
No way in hell, but honestly, I really do hope they have matchmaking sooner rather than later. It sounds like they're really focused on the whole Battle Royale thing, and I think it would be a mistake if DICE focused all their post-release efforts on Battle Royale and then put out like matchmaking for competitive, yet like 9 months or 12 months later, yet again. I think that would be very unfortunate to see, and I think we're going to have the same situation we had in BF1 Incursions, as we do in Battlefield 5, no matter how good it is, just because I think not as many people will take to it. I think it's important DICE gets it out, whatever they do. I mean, obviously, Incursions could use a lot of work as it is right now, and obviously it'll be in a completely different game, but I do hope DICE focuses on it. And also, I hope DICE doesn't drop the ball and not have at least private servers available, because I think that's one way to foster the competitive community. I think it'd be a huge mistake if they do the whole BF1 thing again, because they're so fixated on getting Battle Royale out. I really couldn't care less about that stupid mode. Yeah,
that... So that definitely took a really long time until we got the custom servers on BF1 side, so definitely not something that we are not looking for in the next launch, if that's the case. So
yeah, and I'm very worried they drop the ball and do that. I think that would be devastating to the competitive community. It doesn't matter how great the gun mechanics are. If they don't have those fundamentals, honestly, I think BF1 could have had a bigger competitive scene if they at least had the passworded servers ready at launch, which they didn't. And by the time they could, it was like 7 months after into launch, and most people had just said, fuck you. Oh, sorry. They just moved on.
Yeah, definitely. So definitely a bit too late there, but hopefully they're up to it at the start. Early at the October was the launch month, so hopefully there in the first weeks we will be having the option.
I hope so. I mean, I hope we see it as early as the closed beta, and let the competitive community start like fiddling with it, you know. It'd be nice to see, but
that's an idea too, yeah. Be interesting to see it in the actual works, in the beta, if that's possible.
Yeah, I think that would be really good, but I don't know, like, if DICE will carry that same foresight. Like, they always seem to like learn a few great lessons, and then they seem to completely forget some of the older ones. So like, I don't know which stuff DICE is going to get right, and also like, understandably, they have a very strict release schedule to like adhere to, and I'm sure like making these games takes a lot of resources, and all of it comes down to like, you know, priorities. But I don't know, like, at the end of the day, I really hope they don't forsake the competitive community yet again, because they're focused on this and that. But it worries me that not necessarily the head lead developers, but maybe the executives at EA will say, no, get the Battle Royale out as soon as possible, and DICE just doesn't have the time or the resources to allocate to kind of the things that do really matter, like passworded servers or maybe incursions. But honestly, at this point, I just don't see it. So I just hope they at least have passworded servers. I think that would be like at least they could do to make sure the competitive community like is around and ready when Incursions does come out. I hope so. I don't know.
We'll see. I think we all hope the same thing too. Yeah. Thanks for joining into the interview now, Chrispy. I think I won't be holding you any more longer for you to play some more Battlefield 5 closed alpha if you wish to be doing so. So, yeah, thanks for joining into the interview. GG's for the Mets and for the whole division, so to say.
Yep, GG's. Thank you for hosting this tournament, and thanks for having us.
No problem. And thanks for all the viewers who tuned in for the stream tonight. And we'll be having 2 more streams, at least tomorrow, for the divisions. Those will be Refatted going against Lost Bullets on the PC European side. And the final countdown or showdown would be the Omniscient going against the Automatic Mustangs, North American PC side. So stay tuned for those streams tomorrow. Yeah, thanks for joining in, and catch you guys later.
Battlefield 5.